Remember, where's the countdown?
Hello?
Recovery doesn't start tomorrow.
Calling all angels.
Recovery starts right now. And here to help is Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all you angels.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another in the long, ongoing saga of recovery. I'm an addict and alcoholic. My name's John.
I'm an alcoholic. My name's Joy.
Hello, Joy. In case you're just watching us on YouTube for the first time, you can hit that like and subscribe button. And what we are is we're a recovery-based, faith-driven program bringing hope, healing, and restoration to individuals and families impacted by addiction. And we do this through interviews
Yeah.
and sharing with others, giving information,
Entertainment.
and entertainment. Very good. And for those of you listening at home, if we are putting a cry out for a social media person, that I don't know if there should be a sobriety requirement, but judging by my choices so far, there should be. So that's just me. Anyway, so this portion of the program brought to you by JCI Solutions. JCI Solutions, owned by Mike Manzi, a painting contractor that does commercial and residential painting. And you can reach JCI Solutions at 239-672-2673. So that's that. Joy, what do we got? You have an announcement there?
I have
We
one
would
announcement.
Start off the thing by Kimmy's Recovery Zone.
Who says there's no fun in recovery? On January 31st, Kimmy's Recovery Zone is having a social zone from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the 31st. Free food, fellowship and fun, open mic, karaoke, laughs, and games.
Karaoke, Joy.
And the address, 507 Center Road, Fort Myers, Florida.
Joy,
Yeah,
karaoke.
I know.
You love that.
I do.
She does. She's a very good singer as well. Maybe you'll get to hear her someday. Anyway, so our first guest, by the way, this social event is being hosted by two hostesses. One is our first guest, Brittany, and the other is our friend Vivian down here.
Nice.
So let's give them a nice round of applause and keep clapping. By the way, if you know anybody that wants to attend the show, please, we have flyers that you can put up in treatment centers, sober living houses, and it does count as a meeting.
It
Joy.
does. You
It
can
does.
get your paper signed here.
Yeah, you get your paper.
afterwards.
You get your paper signed right here. So our first guest, without any further delay, is Brittany. Give Brittany a nice
Hi.
round of applause.
Hey guys, my name's Brittany, and I'm going to take this out of the
Very
stand
good.
because I
Yep.
think I'm a little bit more comfortable talking like that. And I just
You look more comfortable
okay,
that way
cool. That's
too.
great.
So Brittany, you came to us via California, right?
Yeah, so I'm originally born and raised here in North Fort Myers. Went out to California for about 18 months and lived in San Diego, La Jolla, Pacific Beach, downtown. It was beautiful. I loved it. The weather was perfect.
What made you leave here to go to California?
What made me leave here to go to California would be I was in a really, really dark place in my life. I became really violent, homicidal. I was not in my right mind due to my active addiction. And I remember I told God, I said, you know, God, I said, if I got to go to prison for the rest of my life, I said, that's fine, because I did a lot of time, so I was pretty institutionalized, and life in prison really didn't seem that bad.
When you say violent, you carjackings, home invasions, what do you mean?
So I did. I went to prison for stealing a car.
And what was the homicidal part?
You know what? My dad had this girlfriend, and I just thought she was like this wicked little person, and she would move my stuff, and I'd go to look for it, and then she wouldn't know where it was at, and then she'd find it and hand it to me, and that just drove me crazy. And I
So you
cried.
killed her?
No, I wanted to.
Okay, all right. All right.
I
That's
hug
good.
her today. I do.
Nice.
Very
I
nice.
give her hugs today, right? And yeah, so I remember just kind of telling God, hey, God, you know, if you need me to go to prison and talk about you, that's fine. And but one of my good friends, he was in California, and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going wherever I want in the world. I said, I'm going to go to Salvation Army. I said, I'm going to Colorado. He said, well, come to California. I'll get you a plane ticket. Everything will be for free. I said,
Yeah, yeah, come on now, ladies. You know what that's about, right? Oh, come on out to California. I'll pay all the expenses. So what happened when you got there?
I got the flight. It was free. They paid for my baggage. They paid for my Uber. I got into treatment. They gave me cigarettes. They gave me vapes. They gave me like a 5-course meal. They took me on hikes.
What's this, Passages at Malibu or something?
I mean, I'm telling you what, it was awesome.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit here. How bad did it get to get you to this point? We talked about prison. What got you to prison? What was the devastating moments of your addiction?
The devastating moments of my addiction. Opening my eyes in the morning, telling myself, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to get high. I'm not going to get high today. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to go out in the streets and do whatever I can to make money, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to, I'm going to stick with that. And as the same exact time as I'm thinking this and I'm putting that in my head, I'm getting up, I'm getting ready to go walk out the door, to go wherever I can, to go get money, to go get my next fix, to just keep doing the rat race. That was the vicious cycle that I just couldn't get out of. I just didn't know how to think any other way. I had no other thinking mechanism.
How old were you when you started?
I stole my first joint out of my mom's little heart guard box. I don't know if anyone knows what heart guard is, but it's for animals, and they had these little cardboard boxes back in the day, and that's where my mom's weed was. And so when I was 11, I rolled my first joint, and I smoked my first joint when I was about 11. Immediately after that, called my mom, begged her to come pick me up because I wanted to go to my friends to go smoke weed with them, and I instantly started lying. I couldn't wait for the weekend. I started drinking. I couldn't wait, till after school to go to my brother's house so we could smoke weed, and my mind was now consumed of drinking, using, partying, fighting, skipping school. It had just started when I was about 11 years old.
What type of laws were you breaking that got you to prison?
Oh, gosh. I think I broke pretty much every law, in prison. So I have, I did a lot of county time. So I did 7 Thanksgivings, 7 Halloweens, and 6 Christmases in a row. And a lot of that was trespassing, possession, grand theft of a motor vehicle, hit and run.
On the holidays you did this?
No. No, I was incarcerated on the holidays. Just, DUI, but a lot of that was violations of probation. And here in Lee County, if you have a violation of probation, they automatically offer you 270 days on a misdemeanor. And a lot of my charges were misdemeanors, and then I started getting felonies. And so
I was pretty lucky then when you think about it. I'm a 5-time convicted felon that never had to go to prison, and I had grand theft auto, possession, and I just did short time. I'm lucky, I guess.
I told the judge, she said 306, the public defender said, they're going to offer you 364 days. I said, no. I'm so sick of doing county time. Like, will they give me prison? She goes, you can ask. So I asked. I said, can I do 13 months? She said, it's going to add about 60 days to your sentence. I said, I don't care. I was ready for a change of scenery. I never knew it, I was just so tired of doing county.
Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the alcoholic addict mind. I'm going to send you to prison or to jail for this long. No, thank you. I'd rather go to prison. So, no, now, people don't think that way. We do, though, don't we?
Well, I don't.
No, but
but yes.
yeah.
Yeah, the terrible becomes the norm.
Exactly. And we say what things that we normally would never say or do, we do under the influence or trying to get under the influence. How much time did you do?
So prison, they sentenced me to 13 months. I did 11.7 in prison. Other than that, it was on and off for about 8 years. So I bet if I added all my days up, I bet it's close to 7 years, 7 to 8 years.
In a row?
Just being incarcerated.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I've never added it up, so I don't know what the. Anyway, so you got out. When did you get out?
Got out December 1st of 2020. I don't know, my days could be wrong. 2021, I got out.
What's your sobriety
no,
date?
I'm sorry, I got out December 2020. My first sobriety date was May 2nd of 2021. My sobriety date today is June 21st of 2021.
Very good.
I was in detox and I went through residential, and as soon as I hit the streets, I went to the smoke shop, because in California you can buy whatever you want and it's legal. And so got me some CBD and changed my sobriety date over it because of my motives behind it. Right?
Well, they call that California sober.
Yeah.
Do they? Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, so you're in California. What's your experience there? What happened when you were there?
You know.
The guy paid for your plane fare.
No,
When he
the
got there,
insurance did.
your insurance did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the treatment center will pay for your, meaning the insurance will pay for that. Very good, very good. How much time did you spend in the treatment center?
So I did an intense inpatient program, and I was in there for about 4 months. And so I did a detox residential, PHP, IOP, got a job. We were supposed to go to meetings and get a sponsor, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to get a sponsor. And so I didn't for a while, and then I seen this woman speak. The meetings are a little different. They're huge, and it's like a speaker meeting for the first 15 minutes of all meetings out there. And so I walked up to her, and I said, hey, I don't know how to stay sober, and it seems like you might have a couple things I could be taught. Can I have your number? So I just started calling her, and just kind of, she started guiding me in the right direction. And so I started working out of a book and taking some suggestions, and as taking those suggestions and doing the work and putting, action behind everything that I was doing, the obsession of getting high and drinking started to be lifted from me, and all of a sudden I realized one day that I hadn't thought about getting high all day.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens. And then to realize that after a while that, whoa, my thinking has changed. Because I was told early on that I don't have a drinking problem, I got a thinking problem, and if I change the way I think, then I change the way I live. Funny how that works. And that's been my experience. Joy?
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good. That's Joy, ladies and gentlemen. So now you, when did you come back here?
I drove back, so I was.
You had a car?
Yep, I saved up my money, walked to work.
Driver's license?
Driver's license.
Very good.
All that. Walked to work, got my driver's license, started a payment plan. Bought a car, and I decided to come back, and I drove back from California, 2022 of December. So I was there.
Yeah,
I was out there for about 18 months. I was a house manager. I started working for the facility that I went through. So that was really cool. So when I came back here in December, it was just a big change. And I knew one thing. I knew if I kept doing exactly what I was doing in California, the way that it was suggested, I knew I could stay sober. So I did just that. I actually I went to church. I met somebody that was like-minded like me. And,
Tim?
What's that?
Tim?
No, not
Oh,
Tim.
just
Actually,
checking.
Rochelle. I actually seen Rochelle. Came to church. I knew there was a Grace Church. I knew they had Celebrate Recovery. I knew there was meetings around the world because I had been to a couple. And I know anywhere you can go, you could find, like-minded people. And so I did that, and I knew everything was going to be okay as long as I stuck to the basics, and it is, and I have.
Yeah.
Celebrate Recovery started in California.
Really?
Saddleback
Oh,
Church in San Diego?
Yeah.
Kip? Someplace. Anyway, so you came back here. That's when I met you. I remember being at a meeting and seeing you at a meeting, and then you're saying, and you telling about just being here from California. And right away, I saw you jumping into getting involved. Is that a big part of helping you stay sober, being involved?
You know, that's a good, I love that you asked me that, you know, because
very
it
good.
makes me think about it. You know, being a part of and being involved is something that I've done pretty much my whole sobriety, and it is a big part of my sobriety. And it's giving back, being of service, being a part of, you know, I got taught, it's okay.
What is?
It's okay. Being a part of and just being in the middle of the herd, right? And just like diving right in, even like just something like this, you know, nervous, but you know, the place isn't going to burn down as long as I'm really trying to carry the message and give some hope and stuff, you know, that's all I can really do. And so being a part of, I've been on convention committees and stuff.
Yes, you have.
You know, I'm of service. You know, I've always, you know, did H&I and brought meetings
What's
into
H&I?
hospitals and institutions. So
Yes.
we
Yeah,
bring,
thanks.
you know, I'm also secretary, so I've always had a commitment. And at first it was like a greeter or a liaison, and now, you know, now I'm a treasurer and a secretary of hospitals and institution, and it is a big part of my recovery. And I believe having those commitments in my life is vital to my recovery as well.
Does for those of you that don't know what the word vital means, if you look it up in the dictionary, it means necessary for life. So in order to live, I need to do these things. That was taught to me. Now, did I always do it perfect? No. For a long time, I would do it for a while, then stop. Then I would do it for a while, then stop. And inevitably, every time I stopped doing what worked, I got high. And I don't want to do that today. So I am like obsessed with it now. Do you help other women?
I do help other women, and you know, hearing you say that, it made me think. There was a time in my sobriety, I was about 2.5 years clean, and I'm working 2 jobs, and I'm waitressing at a little 50s diner, and then I'm working at a little sports pub at night and on the weekends or whatnot, and you know, I'm watching all the, and I'm not working with anybody. I didn't have a sponsee, right? I'm just white knuckling it, and I'm working, and all of a sudden the thought, you know, I'm seeing these people drink, you know, some drink with punity, which means they can have a drink, and they don't think about having a drink for another 6 months or something, you know,
Yep.
or maybe some big celebrations going on, and they have a drink and they don't even finish their drink, you know, and I see that, and since I'm not working with somebody, which is been suggested to always do to, you know, maintain my sobriety, pondered the thought of drinking, right? And I'm like, having the thought of drinking and then pondering, well, can I? You know, big red flag, big red flag, right? Something's going wrong, and so I went and I did some serious meditation, and I figured out, and you know, what was told to me was, you're not working with anybody. You're not sharing this message. And that is part of, you know, being in recovery, is sharing this message. And I now have multiple women that I work with on a daily basis that I talk to, and that, you know, I carry this message exactly the way that it was carried to me.
Very good. What do you do when a woman says to you, you know, I don't relate to women that well. In fact, when I don't get along with women. I'd rather go with a guy. What's your response to that?
The men will pat your ass and the women will save your ass. That's
Time I heard that this
my
week.
motto right there. And remember, gentlemen, under every skirt is a slip. Just saying. And this is just an early recovery. This doesn't suggest that if you're married, you get divorced, or if you're in a long-term relationship, that what you think you should get divorced.
I have no idea why divorce was mentioned.
Well, because if you come into recovery and you're married, that doesn't mean you should separate from your spouse, or if you're in a long-term relationship.
Well, just no major decisions in the first year.
Exactly. So
You know-
what would be what you would say, we're just about out of time here, so what would you say if you had to give some encouraging thoughts to the audience and to the people listening or watching us on YouTube? What would be your encouragement?
You know, I just, you know, what I would say, what I'm going to say is, if once you pick something up and you can't stop until you're forced to stop, that I know qualifies me as an addict. And if you want that to be relieved, there is a solution, and it is with a sponsor, and it is doing work, but it does work. And you know, when those thoughts come up, there's tools today. The phone is a tool, support, fellowship, but to utilize that, to pick up the phone and to reach out is life-saving. So if anyone, even, time doesn't really matter. If anyone's ever, just struggling, at all, pick up the phone and reach out to somebody, because you just never know whose life you might be saving by doing that.
Yes.
And so, I just encourage everybody to, do 12 steps, because it saved my life with a sponsor. And my life is beautiful today. I have a sound mind today. Not all the time. Cause,
Yeah, tell us a little bit more. I didn't get there, but pardon me, but what's life like today?
Oh gosh, life today. I went into drug court today, and I went into drug court, and I represented the company that I work for as a peer specialist, and to go
One
in
of our
there.
sponsors, by the way, you can mention that.
Oh,
Kimmy's
okay.
Recovery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I work with
absolutely.
Kimmy's Recovery Zone, and we are peer recovery specialists. And as of this week, I've been going into the courthouse to offer peer support services to those on drug court, and being able to dress in a suit and be able to provide support for people that are on drug court is huge to me. Not just that. I have my family back in my life. I'm reliable. I'm trustworthy. People, what I say is what I mean. And my life is beautiful today. I'm not rich. I have a couple dogs. I stay at my grandma's house. But you want to know something? I have all that I need. But I do put my recovery first. So my recovery comes before everything. Guys, animals, parents, all of that. Because I've also learned anything I put before it, I'll lose it over.
That's right.
Very-
And I just wanted to notice that we didn't really talk about any specific drug at all.
No,
In this whole
notice
talk.
that we didn't mention the exact drug. A very good point, Joy.
Yeah.
Extremely good point. And remember, addiction is a death sentence, and recovery is a life sentence. You've been listening to Rated R for Recovery. We'll be right back just after these few messages. Thank you, Brittany.
We're here to guide you to a brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you rise. Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The next step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, Attorney at Law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, call Shamrock Bail Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bail Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bail Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. Look for the Shamrock, and maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. Offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmy's Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmy's Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmysrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
Join us for connection, encouragement, and real transformation. At Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church, we celebrate God's healing power through the 12 steps of recovery and the life-changing principles found in the Beatitudes. Whether you're overcoming a hurt, habit, or hang-up, Celebrate Recovery offers a safe and supportive community where you can grow, heal, and thrive. Add to your recovery because you're not alone, and healing is possible. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at one of the 3 Grace Church locations. Learn more at egracechurch.com/recovery.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all angels.
Buddy, to Rated this second edition of...
You gotta watch the clock.
What?
You have to watch the clock for the coming
Oh,
back.
is that how it works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm new at this. All right, so we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This portion of the show sponsored by Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, which means he's a lawyer, and he's a criminal defense attorney, and he'll be on the show next month answering questions from the audience. And if you need a lawyer, or if you know somebody that needs a lawyer, just saying, you can call Brian, and his phone number is 239-791-9463. That's Brian L. Edwards, attorney at law. A request for the audience, whether it be at home or in Australia, wherever you are, we need a social media person, Joy.
We do.
We need
somebody
one.
with a little bit of sobriety.
A little bit. Now, Joy and I, you're probably thinking we're in our late 30s. We are not. I won't say how old Joy is, but I just turned 68 years old, and I don't do technology very well. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And appreciate for everybody that coming in the studio audience. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to attend the show live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. at 2415 Grand Avenue in Fort Myers, or watch us on YouTube. And then, as they say when you watch YouTube stuff, click on the, what is it?
Click on like and subscribe.
That, yeah, like and subscribe. Not lick and subscribe, like and subscribe. Pardon this, anyway.
Click.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome our friend Kip Martin to the show. Kip is you work for the church now, right?
Yes. I am, my name is Kip. I am a grateful child of God who is powerless over addiction to alcohol and drugs.
Hi, Kip. Very nice.
My title is Campus Ministry Coordinator here at the Central Campus. We used to say Assistant Campus Pastor in Training, and when something unpastorly comes out of my mouth, that's the in training part.
Very good, very good. Now, part of that is working with Rochelle, who is the Recovery Ministry Director for all the campuses of Grace Church, in facilitating Celebrate Recovery, correct?
Correct.
And that is done at this campus on Monday nights?
Yes, we have Celebrate Recovery at all 3 campuses of Grace Church. Monday nights here at the Central Campus, Wednesday night at our Short Campus, and Friday nights at the Cape Coral Campus, or as John calls it, the Mothership.
What is Celebrate Recovery, Kip?
Celebrate Recovery is a Christ-centered 12-step program. We celebrate God's healing power through the 12 steps of recovery and His Word found in the Bible and the Beatitudes.
Yeah, right. So, and that started where? In
Saddleback Church in California. A gentleman named John Baker. He was in traditional recovery and was having some qualms about how he was treated when he named his higher power as Jesus. And so he went to Pastor Rick Warren at Saddleback Church with an idea, and they said, run with it, and came up with the program of Celebrate Recovery, I believe, in the early 90s.
And this is now spread worldwide.
Yeah, there's about 40,000 Celebrate Recoveries
Wow.
throughout the United States, Canada, and the world.
Very good, very good. Now, Joy and I have a friend that started at Grace Church. How long ago did Tanya, do you
Well,
know?
he said 90s, so,
So-
I don't remember exactly the date.
But they sent Tanya
Oh,
to...
no, it was, so I got sober in 96, so I'm thinking it was maybe the early 2000s.
At Grace Church, we just celebrated, January 1 was our 25th anniversary of doing Celebrate Recovery.
So
here
there
at
you
Grace
go.
Church.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. So Celebrate Recovery goes deeper into than just addiction from drugs and alcohol. Is that correct?
Yes, there's, as the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous says that we believe this program has its benefits for all. We all have hurts, habits, or hang-ups, and so we have many different
Small
groups
Very good.
for different hurts, habits, or hang-ups.
Yeah. Joy, did you no? Okay. So, and when you come in to Celebrate Recovery, if you choose to try Celebrate Recovery, no matter where you go in the world, it follows the same format, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that has to do with food first.
Well, it's kind of like, you mentioned food. It's like going to a McDonald's. You go to McDonald's everywhere, you're going to get the same food, and we want Celebrate Recovery to be the same thing. You go to another area of the country, you can look up online and find a Celebrate Recovery and feel right at home.
No French fries, though.
No French
I'm
fries.
just checking. All right, so what it does is it starts at with the first thing that's done is there's fellowship in food, right? So we feed people first.
Yes. At all 3 of our campuses, we have dinner first, and then we move into we call it large group. It's a full-on worship service with a live band and all about recovery. So we'll either have someone's testimony where they share their experience, strength, and hope, or we have a lesson based on the steps.
And what happens after that?
Then we break into what's called open share groups, which is like a small group, and we separate those with men and women. And as we grow, we have different areas of recovery for those open share groups as well.
For the hurts, habits, and hang-ups.
Yep. For the hurts, habits, and hang-ups, things like women's codependency, chemical dependency, sexual integrity. There's a number of
Anger, things of all
things
those
like
things.
that, yes.
When you started doing this, were you just a participant? Had it been something that you had tried prior to coming to Grace Church?
Prior to coming to Grace Church, I had gone to a Celebrate Recovery a couple times. The first time I went, I wasn't sure it was for me, and I was told to go at least 3 times to see if it's something you should do. Third time I was there, I was asked by a gentleman who I had never met before to speak at a meeting out at a treatment center. It's the first time I ever spoke at an AA meeting. But that was my initiation to Celebrate Recovery. I came here to Grace Church. I had been sober for a few years, and I was asked to if I wanted to start taking a Bible study into the Lee County Jail. I started doing that, and then I started taking AA meetings into the Lee County Jail, and I heard that CR was going to start taking the CR message into the same place in jail, and I came to be part of the jail team before COVID.
It's an awesome thing to do. I not that I'm proud of it, but I was incarcerated many times. I was locked up many times, and unfortunately, I'm banned from the Lee County Jail. I'm probably the only person I know that can't go in there anymore. So that's just me. When you go there, what do you get out of that?
Oh, I receive so much more than I give. It's giving back. what was so freely given to me, showing people that there's hope in this by following a simple recovery path, that they can change and transform their lives. There's a number of men that I sponsored today that I initially met in the Lee County Jail. And a big part of what I do there is making it invitational. Get people, ask people, come here, find me at Grace Church, but you got to, when you come here, you have to tell me where I met you, because if you're not in a red jumpsuit, I don't recognize you.
So for people at home that are listening, or people that are outside the area listening, we're talking about Grace Church in the 3 campuses in Lee County, Florida, with Southwest Florida. There's a campus right outside of downtown Fort Myers. There's a campus in Cape Coral, Florida, and there's also a campus in East Fort Myers, Florida. So each one has a CR, right? A Celebrate Recovery. Yep. So did we already talk about what nights and where? We did?
Monday at the Central Campus,
okay.
downtown Fort Myers. Wednesday at the Fort Myers Shores Campus in East Fort Myers. And then Friday nights at the Cape Coral Campus.
What made you want to become more involved? You say you're a facilities director now of the church, or a pastor in training, whatever you want to call it, whatever that title is. What made you want to become more involved?
I just, as I started coming to CR, I kept getting drawn more and more here. About 6 months into recovery, I had started to go back to church, and the messages I heard in the Bible speaks recovery to me. And so I just kept feeling more and more drawn here to Grace Church. Mentioned that I was feeling a call to full-time ministry to, at the time, our recovery pastor. She stopped in her tracks and said, we need to have a meeting and take that as a confirmation. And kind of laid out a path to becoming a pastor here at Grace Church.
What does it take to become a pastor?
Lots of work. We had, when we had some transitions a couple years ago, and they had to rewrite that whole credentialing process, and that's just now being completed. So I had to answer a whole bunch of questions.
Like a test, you mean? Like if you were in
Almost
school?
like a test. Yeah, like 60 pages of reading and writing. And
Don't you have to go to school?
they're going to license me as a pastor, and then I start school. I'll have certain, and that's kind of the way the Methodist Church has always done it, where they would bring people up, and so he kind of gets them on-the-job training and then go to seminary school at the same time. It's kind of for people who come to this, like me, a little older with some gray hair.
Talk about it. So
with the experience and the wisdom.
Yes, so the experience of Celebrate Recovery, whatever you choose, you're going to notice a common thread of how people talk. The unity, working a program, doing service work are all components of no matter what type of recovery we're doing. See, we all know how to get high and drunk. And there's action I have to put into getting high and drunk, whether I go to the liquor store and buy a bottle, whether I go to the bar and order a drink, whether I go to the dope man, no matter what it is, there's action behind it. Joy, there's action behind staying clean and sober, isn't it? Because you said to me one time, it was you who said that, it's not how we get here, it's
why we stay here.
Why we stay. And so we need to put action, don't we?
Yeah, I followed a guy here, and I figured I could do it one day longer than him. So that's why I came. But I knew that I had to find my own way and to stay for myself. And luckily, or by grace, I was able to stay sober long enough to then find my own path.
Very good, very good. Kip, when you started doing the CR thing, did you stop doing traditional recovery?
No. I still have a traditional, I have a home group in AA. Celebrate Recovery is in addition to your traditional recovery. We don't try and replace it at all.
Okay, and what would you be, so when you started doing it, were you invited, or I'm going backwards now, but when you first came, you said you had tried, you had done it a few years ago, and after you had gotten sober, or was this prior to getting sober?
It was about a year, and I was about a year into sobriety when I first went out in Lehigh Acres. Then I didn't go for a while, and like I said, I came here to Grace Church to be part of the jail team, to go into jail, and I just kept getting drawn more and more here. I had gotten more involved in the church I had been attending at that time, and coming here to Grace Church, I felt that Grace Church was not just a church with some recovery, but a church of recovery.
So again, for people living, or well, not living, but watching from home, the location that this church is in, that we do this broadcast from, we like to refer as ground zero to recovery. There's sober living houses all around us. There's a organization in Lee County called Salus Care, and they have
It's called Salus Care.
Pardon me?
Salus Care.
What did I say? Salus Care? No?
Yeah.
We don't want to say Salus?
No.
We say Salus?
Yeah.
We say
Or
Salus?
you get fired. It's Salus Care.
Okay, Salus Care. Thank you, Mom. All right, so Salus Care, and they have housing across the street. They have a 28-day program, and then they have supportive housing. There is Surrender House right up the road. There is the Lighthouse right across the street. So what I'm trying to say is, and you people listening at home, if you're from, because we broadcast all over the world. You do realize that, do you? We do. So we can be heard in parts of Russia, anywhere there's YouTube, we can be heard at. And then we have our friends from St. Matthew's House, which will be doing a show in the future on what they do. They're based out of Naples. They started as a homeless shelter, and they've got a program for men called Justin's Place in LaBelle, Florida, and they have a program called Jill's Place, which we have, or which attend. Well, Jill's Place was attending CR on a regular basis for a while. In fact, we have young ladies that have graduated that program that have become team members of CR. We have people from all walks of life, regardless of their background or anything of that nature. And we just invite you to whatever works and whatever we can do to help. We're trying to increase the resources on our website so that you'll be able to find a sober living place, a church that specializes in recovery, a CR in the area that you're in. And at some point, because there is a bit of growing pains, we just started this, so as we move forward and we get help from the outside to navigate this thing a little bit better so that we can better serve. And the whole thing is how we can serve this, Joy and I, how we can serve. That's what this whole thing is about, is giving back. And I don't know about you, Joy, but the joy, pardon the pun, the joy I get out of the joy of doing this, Joy, is astronomical. And you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's exciting, and it's just always great to share a message. And every time I share a message, it reinforces for me where I need to be. And I hope that it helps somebody else too, but some people get discouraged. I try to help these people, and they don't stay sober, and what am I going to do? Well, you stayed sober, and that's how that works.
And remember, no matter how far down the scale you've gone, no matter what you've done, if you have a desire to stop, we welcome you. I think I stole that from something, though. Of course, I don't have any original thought these days. So once again, give Kip a nice round of applause. You can see Kip every Monday night at 2415 Grand Avenue, ironically the same location as we're sitting in right now. That's in Fort Myers, Florida, with a zip code of 33901. That's CR every Monday night here. Free dinner at 6. Large group starts at 6:45, and then after the large group is over, somewhere around 8 o'clock, they break into small groups, men with men, women with women, in all sorts of different areas of recovery. When we come back, we're going to be entertained, ladies and gentlemen, by Hope by Sound. You're listening to Rated R for Recovery. That's Rated R, the number 4, recovery.com.
Struggling with life's challenges? At The Next Step, we're here to guide you to a brighter tomorrow. Whether it's counseling, recovery support, or simply finding hope, we provide the tools and community to help you rise. Take the first step toward healing today. Visit thenextstep.org and discover how we can support your journey to wellness. Remember, every step forward is a step toward a better you. The Next Step, your path to hope, starts here. With offices in Fort Myers and Naples, 844-639-8371.
Have you been charged with a crime? You could face serious penalties for conviction, and it is vitally important that you have skilled legal assistance on your side during this time. Call Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, attorney at law today. 888-512-6254. Results matter. With a track record of success, our methods are tried and true. Mistakes happen, but we can help. Brian L. Edwards, Esquire, attorney at law. Visit FortMyersCriminalLawFirm.com or call 888-512-6254.
Not everyone has the luck of the Irish. If a friend or family member is in trouble, Call Shamrock Bell Bonds. Put our number into your phone, 239-332-2245, 239-332-2245, or go online at gobailmeout.com. Shamrock Bell Bonds provides fast, reliable service. Shamrock Bell Bonds, 1528 Broadway, downtown Fort Myers. Look for the Shamrock, and maybe luck will be on your side.
Hello, I'm Michael Manzi, owner of JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673. When starting this company 3 years ago, I had no clue that we would grow to what we have become. There is one thing I can say that we have done from the beginning is take pride in our work, making sure every customer we do work for is satisfied from beginning to end. Offering residential painting all the way to commercial painting with jobs done in a timely manner, with highly skilled professionals giving you top-of-the-line work. To help you create your new look, call JCI Solutions, 239-672-2673.
Struggling with addiction? You're not alone. At Phoenix House Project, we believe in second chances and brighter tomorrows. Our proven programs offer support, hope, and tools to rebuild your life. With expert care and a community that understands, transformation starts here. It's time to rise, reclaim your life, and become the best version of yourself. Visit phoenixhouseproject.squarespace.com today or call 239-244-7876. The journey to recovery begins with sober living. Phoenix House Project, where hope takes flight.
Kimmy's Recovery Zone, where hope meets action. We're here to guide the journey from treatment to thriving, healthy living. With peer support, public education, and vital resources like housing, employment, and Narcan training, we're building stronger communities. Ready to make an impact? Together, we're creating a network of recovery, resilience, and renewed lives. Kimmy's Recovery Zone, your hub for healing and hope. Visit us online today at kimmysrecoveryzone.org. It's not how we survive, it's how we thrive.
Join us for connection, encouragement, and real transformation. At Celebrate Recovery at Grace Church, we celebrate God's healing power through the 12 steps of recovery and the life-changing principles found in the Beatitudes. Whether you're overcoming a hurt, habit, or hang-up, Celebrate Recovery offers a safe and supportive community where you can grow, heal, and thrive. Add to your recovery because you're not alone, and healing is possible. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at one of the 3 Grace Church locations. Learn more at egracechurch.com/recovery.
When children have to play inside so they don't disappear.
Welcome back to Rated R for Recovery.
Calling all angels.
Whoa, that's a hot guitar you've got there. Oh, that might be a bit much there. Yeah. All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. These two gentlemen, well, Bruce I just met recently, but Bill, I've known you for quite some time. Bill Metz, we did this show, or this little nut of a show years ago, and Bill was a regular on the show. Bill, tell us, or Bruce, tell us a little bit about Hope I Song.
Check. You got the other mic on?
Hold on, let me see.
Loud. There, we got it. All right. So Hope I Song was, it kind of went away, John, during COVID. Kind of because we just couldn't connect with people. But Hope I Song was established as a way for people who are dealing with any kind of trauma. Could be emotional, sexual, physical abuse, PTSD, addiction recovery, to write down, to tell their story, to write down their story, however they felt it. And if they wanted us to, we would take those stories, make them into songs, and then sing them back, record them, put them on CD, give them back to the writer, and then use those stories to go out into public to generate understanding and compassion for people who are dealing with things that many others don't really understand. It was a great program, and Bruce and I were involved for a lot of years. Good songwriter over here. So that's basically what it was, and we do keep that sentiment alive as best we can.
So, as Bill said, I am a songwriter, and so is Bill. So I'm just going to play a couple of my own songs tonight, and Bill's going to join me. This first one is called Like the Wind That Blows.
I'm ready.
Na 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 na. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Well, I can tell by the look in your eye, something's burning deep inside, feeling like you should hide all those fears you want to deny. Oh my. And I'm not sure, but I can guess. Always try to do your best. Life can be a gruesome test. You got no time and you get no rest. What a mess. Everybody now. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. There you go. Na 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 na. Hey, I don't know, but I've been told reasons why God only knows. Easy come and easy go, so damn hard to save your soul. Oh no. Some things come just naturally, the blinking eyes and how to breathe. When your heart takes the lead, it knows where to find those dreams. Believe. Everybody now. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Life isn't easy, that's something we all know. You know how you're feeling, so please do not let go. You've got a reason, just like the wind that blows us all around, up and down to where we're bound. Everybody now, oh, oh. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Well, life is built on constant changes. Every day is like meeting strangers. Some are safe, some are dangerous. The only one left to blame is
insert name.
And all is good far as I can tell. There's still water in the well. I know sometimes it can smell. Ain't no place for us to dwell. Oh hell. Everybody now. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. Na 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 na. Life isn't easy, that's something we all know. I know how you're feeling, so please do not let go. You've got a reason, just like the wind that blows us all around, up and down, from way to bound. Everybody now, oh, oh. Na 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 na. Oh, oh. Na 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 na.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good job, dude. Sure. That's a ukulele bass. A ukulele bass. Yes.
They work. We're doing another song, correct?
One more.
This is also one of my songs, and I'm an old guy, and through life I realize that before you can do anything or believe in it, you have to believe in yourself first. So it's called I Do Believe. I do believe there's still a chance for me.
I do believe.
Yeah, I do believe still a little light I see.
I do believe.
Oh, I do believe there's still some time to dream.
I do believe.
Oh, I do believe there's still a chance for me. Oh, I do believe there's always time for love.
I do believe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do believe there is a God above.
Do believe.
Looking down on you and me. Oh, I do believe in all these things I'm singing of.
I do believe.
Oh, I do believe. Oh, yeah, well, I believe in love. Well, all my life I have been searching something to believe. Oh, then I found out that it's always been here inside of me. Oh, I do believe. Oh, yeah, well, I believe in me. Mm-hmm. Well, all my life I have been searching something to believe. Yeah, then I found out that it's always been here inside of me. Oh, I do believe. Oh, yeah, well, I believe in me. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do believe. Everybody's got a soul.
I do believe.
Yeah. I do believe. There's just too much that we don't know. No, no. And I do believe that this whole world's out of control.
I do believe.
Oh, I do believe. Everybody's got a soul. Well, all my life I have been searching for something to believe. Yeah, then I found out that it's always been here inside of me. Oh, I do believe. Oh, yeah, well, I believe in me. Mm-hmm. You know that I believe. I truly do believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hope by Song.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Hopefully you'll come back another time. That'd be great. Ladies and gentlemen, next week our guests are the hairdresser to the recovery world, Brandy G., and the Honorable Judge Lee Frizzell Hayes will be talking about her days at drug court, not jug court, but drug court. And then a musical guest, a crowd favorite as always, that will be Zach Conscience Gaeta rapping to you for your dining and dancing pleasure. You've been listening to Rated R for Recovery and RatedR for Recovery.com.